Greetings, community partners. You're listening to the voice of Emmett Mitchell, Executive Director of the Milestones Agency of Metro Detroit. And we wanted to take a few minutes to share with you the importance of the Own Your Own Everything Wealth Building Workshop model and to give you a little bit of information about it. We've been receiving phone calls and emails with a multitude of frequently asked questions. And so our goal for this small promotional video is to give you some insight and information on the Own Your Own Everything Wealth Building model. So the Own Your Own Everything Wealth Building Model, or the OYOE Wealth Building Model, is built on the concept of self-determination. Quite frankly, the reality is this: Black families in America for a very long time have been economically backwards because no one has taught us how to be economically forward. There is a condition within our children, within our youth, and within some of the adults within the Black family where consumerism is running rapid and conspicuous consumption has become a disease. We spend more money than we need to spend on things that we don't need. And as long as we continue to buy things that we don't need, we will eventually have to sell things that we do need. Some of the other issues that the Own Your Own Everything Wealth Building Workshop model seeks to address is the systemic violence in our community. If anyone understands how violence operates and how crime operates, economic castration and miseducation are the mother and father of violence. If you take jobs away from our young people, you will force them into lives of crime. If you take jobs from our men, you will force them into angry and frustrated and violent rages. These are not excuses. This is science, has been scientifically proven over time. And so our poor and impoverished communities experience a multitude of issues and challenges that stem from not understanding money, not understanding who to spend their money with, not understanding how to spend money, not understanding how to save money, and not understanding how to parlay their income into investment capital. It is very important that we build wealth for the offspring and for our children that will be here after us. Their money and the value of it is very important, but money and wealth are two different things. Wealth has three pieces of criteria. You have to be able to own it, you have to be able to control it, and you have to be able to pass it down. If you can't own it, control it, and pass it down, then it is not wealth. And quite frankly, the Black family in America has not built a system to acquire wealth and pass it down to our offspring. As a matter of fact, we are the only culture of people in the United States who have not developed a system of wealth building to develop and build and pass down to our children. This workshop transcends social economic status. This workshop will address a multitude of things. It will address how to move from having no income to some income, how to supplement your check-to-check income. And also, it will also address the needs of individuals who have a decent income or who have access to investment capital, but don't quite understand how to invest that money. So we're going to talk a lot about investing in property, investing in commercial buildings, but we're also going to dig deep into the historic components of consumerism in America and how the Black family became the ultimate consumer in America. We have a spending power of $1.1 trillion annually, and that spending power can create an economic platform, it can create a political platform, it can create a social platform that can cure some of the ills in the Black family in which we address through our services. So I encourage every single community partner who is listening to this to get every single family that you serve to be a part of this workshop series. We do realize that there's a monetary price associated with it. It's $20 for each ticket, but we take the position that you have to be serious about building wealth. And if you're not serious about building wealth, then if you're not willing to invest in yourself, then you're not serious about building wealth. This workshop was going to be free, but we realized that most cultures run to things that cost, while our culture of people run away from things that are free. Education, the education that will come with this workshop in and of itself is worth hundreds of dollars. However, for $20, they will have access to all of the resources that we are going to make available. They are going to have access and scholarship opportunities for their children to help them eliminate student loan debt. They'll have access to websites and opportunities to buy and purchase property. We're not going to lobby for them to purchase property. We just want to give them access to opportunities. It comes with free consultation in regards to building businesses, getting your tax ID, getting your doing business as in the city of Detroit, and all of the things that are associated with building a business. We're going to discuss in lecture form the importance of building a business and creating tax shelters and creating opportunities for other family members, as opposed to spending all of our money with people outside of our community and then going to those same individual systems and entities and begging for our power back in the form of loans and in the form of jobs. It is important that we develop and create jobs for ourselves. And it is important that we understand that as we spend our money with other people and that money leaves our community, it weakens our community and it strengthens and empowers other communities. At the end of the day, the reality is this. There is a relationship between the Detroit public school sickouts, the Flint water crisis, black on black crime, black males being killed at the hands of law enforcement, the over-incarceration of black males abusing black women, the miseducation of our children, and all of these systems have a relationship because our spending power empowers these systems to continue to oppress us. That is the reality of it. It is a harsh reality, but the way that we can curb those issues and challenges within our families and better serve our families and address these issues is by educating them on the importance of building up a monetary base for themselves, which will in turn alleviate the stresses of being a family that is impoverished. It will minimize the need for our services, and it will actually help us in our workload, because as we help families, we can commission other families to help other families. And we don't have to do as much of the work as community service organizations as we do. We look forward to providing this workshop for all of your families at your organization, at your church, and at your school. We look forward to communicating with you in regards to how you can, how some of your families can receive scholarships to go to these workshops. We look forward to having a discussion with you on how we can reduce the pricing if you want to send a multitude of staff members, or if you want to send a multitude of your families that you serve to the workshops. And we also look forward to just answering your questions to give you a little bit more insight on what our goals are in regards to the Own Your Own Everything wealth building model. Some other things that we think that are important to mention in this short promotional video is that owning your own everything is exactly what it sounds like. Trying to alleviate the largest debt that we normally incur, our largest obligation, which is our home debt. If we can stop our families from renting and get them to owning, and get them to owning their homes cash, their cars cash, getting them to start businesses, getting them to move away from a lot of student loan debt and get them moving away from a multitude of credit card debt, they can financially empower themselves to use that additional capital to invest in things that will help them sustain wealth over time and pass it down to their children. We want to help our young people get jobs. We want to help our returning citizens get jobs. We're going to bring people there who will open up some of those opportunities. We also want to make sure that all of the people who attend the workshop understand that this is not just a one-time relationship. For this $20 ticket price, you will receive consultation and conference calls moving forward in regards to all of the things that have to do with you building a business for yourself. The Own Your Own Everything Wealth Building Workshop model transcends social economic status. This is important for people who don't have much money. This is important for people who are living from check to check, people who are lower middle class, upper middle class, because ultimately at the end of the day, we are all in different phases of our wealth building process, but this workshop addresses every phase of the wealth building process all the way to passing that wealth down to our children. We're going to address and we're going to review some historical components that lead to social engineering as to why we spend so much money on things that we don't need. And we're going to talk about building up the self-esteem of the black family so they don't have to purchase things that they don't need in order to feel better about themselves. And ultimately, at the end of the day, we are prayerful that this workshop will allow our families to build wealth for themselves and for their families to pass down for generations to come, so we can start to compete in a global economy and sit at the table of global brotherhood to discuss other issues and challenges of the black family on a global level. So again, we look forward to communicating with all of our community partners. We hope that you see the importance of this workshop. You get all of your families to attend, and that you give us a call and we come out and do this workshop specifically for your families, for your community service organization, your school, or your church. Again, and it's going to be on February 3rd, 2016 at 10 a.m. Greater Grace Temple. You can purchase the tickets on Eventbrite, or you can call us at 313-444-2055 to deliver your ticket. Give us a call today. We'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Have a wonderful day, and we hope to see you on February 13th, 10 a.m. Thank you.